Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Melody. Today I wanted to talk about the power of sound healing. So I've been on a journey for quite some time, I'd say awakening journey, but yeah, trying to reach my full potential. Studied psychology, learned about self-actualization when I was in college, and it just aligned with everything that I have been interested in learning. So, yeah, one of the biggest helpful tools that I have found has actually been sound healing, which, there's so many different modalities, crystal bowls, just singing, choir, chanting, binaural beats, sleep meditations. Yeah, there's just so many different things. And so today's video, I want to touch on a few of those and tell you a little bit about my journey. So I also wanted to say some shout outs to some of my favorite YouTubers for sound healing. And one of my clients just mentioned that we were talking about sound healing because one of the things I do in my practice is perception reframing. And this perception reframing has to do with recording your voice. And through the recording of your voice, it can pick up the subconscious patternings and belief systems that are within your being. So it shows us where you might be out of balance, and then through a series of different voice recordings and sound healings and pulses of energy and a whole bunch of different stuff, it can help change a perception that you might have that is a limiting belief. So yeah, perception reframing is an amazing tool. They say that 1% change in perception can have lasting, huge, life-changing results in your external world. So I'm just realizing how powerful sound is, and I have heard and read that possibly the pyramids of the Egyptians were built by sound frequencies that could carry giant stones. So there's so much of the ancient technology that we know nothing about, but I think as we're all evolving and moving into higher frequencies, more and more of those technologies will start to come out for us. So yeah, I wanted to share how much of an impact different meditations, listening, either guided meditations, but mostly the binaural beats and sound frequencies for healing. So if any of you have never heard of the Rife frequencies, I can go into that in a whole nother video, but he was an amazing man who created these machines that send frequencies that can heal different organs and things in your bodies. So just by listening to these frequencies, the sound resonates with that particular organ or body part, and it can start to regenerate it, help to regenerate it. So the Rife technology is amazing, and there's many machines and devices out there. There's also a really good movie that this gets more into other frequencies, not so much sound healing, but Dr. Wilhelm Reich, who found out about orgone energy and was the inventor of the, say, orgone devices and orgonite. So there's a really good movie called Dr. Wilhelm Reich versus the FDA. It's a sad movie, but one of my favorites. It really is it's his whole story of Dr. Wilhelm Reich. So I highly recommend watching that. If you've never seen it, it should be on YouTube or you can find it somewhere, but go watch that. It's all about frequencies and the power of healing. He created these amazing boxes that people could go and sit in and they would help heal the body. So that's one of the things I'm interested in seeing if we can tap into that technology soon, recreate his black boxes. But anyways, getting back to the topic of sound healing, I want to share some of my favorite, because there's something about the frequencies going into your ears that help change you on a cellular and DNA level. So one of the things I've been doing for quite some time is different DNA activations, the frequency healings, and a lot of guided meditations, but the affirmations, the subconscious affirmations. So some of those ones are really powerful because our subconscious is buried, it's hidden, and it actually is responsible for almost 80 to 90% of our external world. So what we see in our daily life is a reflection of our subconscious mind. So the cool thing about working on healing your subconscious mind is really, if there's anything that you see in your external world that you're not happy with, that can be an indication that there's some limiting belief or stuck energy or negative thought pattern deep within the subconscious mind, which can be passed down from ancestors or something from trauma, something that happened in your own life. So yeah, the subconscious mind, our conscious reality, it's kind of they like to show an iceberg as an example of the conscious mind versus the subconscious mind. So if you look at an iceberg on the water, you only see the very tip sticking out and you don't know that it's very big. So that represents the conscious mind, what we're aware of, our daily today thoughts and actions that we're consciously contributing to. But then below the water, underneath the surface, is this giant bottom of the iceberg, and it's hidden. So that represents the subconscious mind, about 80 to 90% of our thoughts that we're unaware of that are creating the reality. So in order to change our external circumstances, we actually have to reach the subconscious mind, which can only be reached when you are unconscious. So when we're not thinking. And that's where the different techniques such as affirmations, binaural beats, subconscious programming, and sleep affirmations or guided sleep meditations are huge for reaching that subconscious mind. So I love YouTube. It's been so amazing since it's come out, and I've been doing meditation probably since high school, and I learned from different people like Eric Pepin. I took the Silva method, the Institute. I ended up going to, the Psychic Institute to develop clairvoyance better. And all of those people teach different techniques of meditating, reaching higher states of consciousness, and reprogramming your subconscious mind. So luckily, YouTube just has a plethora. Whoa, wrong word. What is that word? They have so many, plethora? I think I'm saying that wrong. So many amazing, talented people. Like, it's crazy the amount of free content on YouTube to help us grow. It's so exciting. It is truly one of the best platforms ever. And so part of this video is I wanted to shout out to my favorite YouTubers for sound healing. And so one of them is Dr. Virtual 7. He was one of the first sound frequency people I found that truly impacted me. He's got amazing ones that reach the subconscious and different organs that are healing, that use the right technology and that don't, and the binaural beats. So he's truly a crafter of the sound and frequencies. He's amazing. There is another one that I can't remember. I'll have to find and put that in the comments, but it was right around the same time that I found Dr. Virtual 7 and that person. The next one that I really love is Brian Scott and Steve Noble. So Steve Noble he's more of the guided meditations and activations, but wow, they are extremely powerful. And then Brian Scott goes into a whole nother level. He really, with the layering and the reaching of the subconscious mind, his sleep meditations are truly life-saving, life-changing, I should say. But he's truly like I call him a magician of the subconscious mind or subconscious programming. He has a heart of gold, and so I highly recommend checking out Steve Noble, Brian Scott, if you want to start getting into some deeper healings, activations, and whatnot. From there, another one that I love, I had truly the most insane lucid dream while doing one of his meditations, which is Ascension Archangel. So yeah, on YouTube, he has some very interesting frequencies and recordings and subconscious healings, but a lot of activations. And I did 2 of his DNA activations. And so I'm gonna go into one of the stories if I can say it as well. It's been a while since it happened, so bear with me if this video goes long, but it's a pretty crazy story. I want to share my lucid dream with you because it was so real and crazy. So I went to bed listening to one of his Ascension Archangel's DNA activation, and I could feel that sound is from another realm, or it's very powerful. My whole body was, doing some twitching, tingling, but I ended up falling asleep. And I was dreaming awake. So it was the most vivid dream I've ever had in my life. And I'll tell you a little bit about it. So as much as I can remember, but I was in my childhood home, and I remember seeing my dad, and something happened where I was in my closet of my childhood home, and I found all of these just Burning Man clothes in my childhood closet. So I ended up putting on, it was strange, but a fishnet top, a white fishnet top, and like a white skimpy outfit, like I'm going to Burning Man, but it was all white. And then I ended up doing something else with my dad and at my home, and I ended up going to my best friend's house because growing up, she lived a few blocks away from me, and I was always at my best friend's house. And so in the dream, I'm at my best friend's house, and she has this downstairs where her and her sister's rooms were. And it's a pretty steep staircase down. And there's always a little bit of fear when we were growing up hanging out down there. We played Ouija board down there. We had some dark energies sometimes. It was scary. But overall, it was home. It was like my second home. So, but in the dream, I remember I wanted to help her sister. So I like cleaned the dishes or something, and then was going to go find Allie, who was my best friend. And I couldn't find her, so I ended up going down the stairs. And so in a lot of different shamanic dreams, or I forget what, shamanic journeys, you go downstairs to get into the subconscious mind. So I see that this was very symbolic of me going down the stairs. And as I'm going down the stairs, I end up going into this crazy tunnel into a cave. This dark cave. And while I was like, where's my best friend? There was like all these other people there, and it was kind of eerie but really cool. It was almost like a private Burning Man party ceremony type thing in this dark cave. So there's only a few other people around, and there's this cool music playing. I remember it being very, very cool, but it was the music that I was listening to, the frequencies. So yeah, the next thing that happens, I kind of don't remember everything, but I remember seeing my best friend sitting almost like a cat, and she was there to guide me. So she ended up being one of my spirit guides, which was so cool, knowing that she's been my best friend since day one of preschool. And in this dream, she was one of my guides, one of my spirit guides. So I know that connection is so purposeful. And from there, I remember in the corner of the cave, there was this deep, deep, deep pool, dark pool. It was black as ink and murky, or, I couldn't really see, but I was drawn to it, and my body, I was just staring at it, mesmerized. And like, I asked her, like, can I go in there? Can I go in the water? And she was like, yes, you can do whatever you want. But she was there to guide me and support me. And as I was looking in the water, almost in this trance, I started seeing all these skulls. It was animal skulls, different bones, spines, skulls morphing and kind of adding on. It was this eerie, so I knew it was gonna be scary to go in that water, but I had the need to go into the water. And so I was like, okay, I can do this. And in my dream, I'm realizing, okay, I'm about to do this. And so there was a ladder, and I faced the ladder to go down the ladder backwards into the water. And as I was doing it, I got really scared. It's, when you're ready to go into cold water and you have to brace your body for the shock of the cold water. So I was about to, try to let go and go into the water, but I got scared. And out of nowhere, some man, another guide, he came behind me, and he held my hands on the ladder and was behind me, supporting me. And he said, we got this. Don't worry, I got this. I'll guide you. You can do it. It only takes 5 seconds. Only takes 5 seconds. And so having someone with me to reassure me I can do this was what I needed. And I remember, okay, so I said, okay, I got this. And I braced myself to let go and go deep down into the icy cold water. And so I realized he's with me, and I just let go. And I'm floating in the water, and then all of a sudden I started seeing this portal open, and it was this bright white light, and it was truly a portal opening. And there was a classroom, and there was a teacher writing on the whiteboard. And then all of a sudden, I remembered 5 seconds, and I went, it had been 5 seconds, and I went, like I couldn't breathe under the water, and I woke up. Like I actually woke up in my normal bed, gasping. Like I heard myself gasping for air. I was like, and I realized, holy shit, I was just dreaming. It was a lucid dream. It was so real that I truly was gasping for air because I was underwater just then, and I had witnessed a portal opening up into this other dimension. And I knew that a teacher was writing a message for me, but I was only there for 5 seconds. And I remember feeling like, oh, if it was only 5 seconds, I couldn't grasp what they were trying to show me. So anyways, that's one of my stories, my activation stories. And I just wanted to share that because it was one of the most powerful ones that I've had so far, lucid dreaming. that I remembered and was very impactful. So just want to say some crazy stuff can happen when you are doing different frequencies, sound frequencies and whatnot, and activations. So yeah, that was impactful. And really, to wrap this video up, I just want to say there's so many tools out there for us that are extremely, extremely powerful. There's also some that aren't that great. Like if you go and search on YouTube for different sound frequencies, the same ones will pop up 100 times. No matter what you search, it'll be from that person. And I'm not going to knock on them at all, because they're all great. They're all amazing. But I've noticed some I do not resonate with at all. I think it's called love motives. They're constantly popping up, and I tend to can't get into theirs. It's not the right flow for me personally. I think Meditative Mind, they have amazing videos of all the topics that you want to heal and listen to, but for some reason when I go into those, they're not as powerful as some of the other ones out there, which is really why I wanted to shout out those people that I talked about, Dr. Virtual 7, Theta Realms, that was the other one. So Theta Realms has been one of the most impactful channels that I follow for astral projection. So I have not astral projected yet fully, and I am still just testing the waters, but listening to Theta Realms, I have gotten the closest. I've gotten so close. It was so scary that my heart started pounding, because I felt myself leaving my body, and I breathed and snapped myself back into it. So it's happened multiple times with Theta Realms, and so I know his are extremely, extremely, extremely powerful. So anyways, that's a brief topic of sound healing and the power of different activations. And so I hope you enjoyed it. I'd love to hear your thoughts, what you like, if you've tried any of these, any feedback on the video. But anyways, thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you, and I will see you next time. Okay, bye.